Jesus shared a story about a man who had two sons. The younger son asked his father to divide his estate, requesting his share before his father's death. The father agreed to divide his wealth between his sons. A few days later, the younger son traveled to a distant land, wasting all his money through, quote, wild living. A great famine struck the land, and the son began to starve, forcing him to work for a local farmer feeding pigs. The young man became so hungry that he yearned for the pigs' food, yet no one gave him anything. Eventually, he realized that even his father's hired servants had plenty of food, while he was dying of hunger. He resolved to return to his father and confess his sin, admitting he was no longer worthy of being called his son and requesting to be treated as a hired servant. While the son was still far off, his father saw him and ran to him, filled with love and compassion. The son confessed his sin. However, his father immediately instructed the servants to bring the finest robe, a ring, and sandals. This was a complete restoration of his sonship. The father declared that they must celebrate with a feast, saying, "This son of mine was dead and has now returned to life. He was lost, but now he is found." And so, the party began. Meanwhile, the older son was working in the fields. Hearing the music and dancing, he inquired about the commotion. A servant told him, "Your brother is back, and your father has killed the fattened calf. We are celebrating his safe return." This parable was initially told to a mixed audience. Consider the insight that the religious leaders of that day are the real characters in this story. With this in mind, reflect on how you feel about yourself. Try to imagine the faces, thoughts, and emotions of the characters. We must ask ourselves if we are truly alive. This story prompts us to take inventory of our own lives. Which son in the story do you relate to?